Lock the door on him. Lock the door on him. Hood postman. Hood postman. Reporting live. Reporting live. This the hood postman, come and check the program. You ain't from the streets, this is something you should know, man. Running from police, gotta grip the wheel with both hands. Speeding down the interstate, please do not approach him. 40s in the fridge, got the caddy in the driveway. Get all out of my face, I don't wanna violate. Looked up in the mirror and I told myself, why wait? We took this shit worldwide, you only in 5 states. Came from the 4 corners with my 4 quarters. Showed them the style, then they stole on us. Times got wild, then they told on us. Dog, it was hard, but we had to keep it rolling. You ain't gotta ask, you know where to find me. I be in the back streets where it get grimy. It's just me and Mel, Rennie looking bride D. I be going hard till I'm in the 5 C's. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides. I ain't never had to tell a lie. Let's ride. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides. I ain't never told them up lie. Let's ride. Hood postman. 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 Hood postman.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. The Mailroom goes. I am Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Postman. Be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Click the notification bell, because when this dope content hit, it's going to feel like the first and 15. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. The Mailroom goes. Shout out to yeah, what's good? What's up, ears? I see you in the chat. What's good, people? What's good, people? Hope you guys can hear me out there okay. How's my vocals? How is the hearing in the chat room? Let's get to it. Isn't it the strongest? It isn't the strongest that survive. Nope. Not at all. It's the ones that's most adaptable to change. Why are you saying that, Professor Melly Mill? Well, Tory Lanez looked like he got an uphill to climb because, first and foremost, he's from a country and look like he's in a bit of trouble as of today. Yes, Tory Lanez was found guilty in the court of peers, of not necessarily his peers, because he's from where? Canada? Maybe they can do I don't know. What can they do for him? You know, in Canada, they can't do a swap. And that would be unusual, right? Canada do a trade deal for Tory Lanez to get Tory Lanez back to beat this case. I don't know, but he was seen to found guilty on all counts. But what struck me the most about this thing is that all the crying and the sympathy and all the different things that Meg the Stallion, she's trying to paint herself as this, I don't know, she's not this overpowering sex object or this individual that just bust on the scene with all this twerking and, you know, her with the WAP song with Cardi B. You know, I think it was a bit much, but she started the twerk culture. She didn't necessarily start it, but that culture took another level when she started getting into it. And now you think all the young girls that seem to be aspirations and desires for material things. To me, you know, it's aspirations for material things, desires for material things. So with that being said, let's get to it. What are you guys' thoughts about this whole ordeal? Because they got his dad in court going bananas on the actual prosecutor and the jury. Because I think the jury is made up 7 women and 5 men. How was he going to win there? You got 7 women, and you got a court case that's bouncing on, teetering on you, allegedly in this SUV with a firearm. Secondly, you're a black man. You're 5'2". None of those things kind of like, you know. Not judging him on none of that stuff. But then he's seen by another individual outside the SUV with the goddamn squeezing. Then he got the other girl, I can't think of her name. She contradicts herself. She took the fifth, I think, twice podcast. What's going on, man? Man, that them cats cold. Be 5'2", yeah, he 5'2". Yeah, sorry for that, 5'2", that's a bit of a yeah, that's trouble right there. That's trouble, but he was a bigger than life figure, and Bush on the rap scene. He had a couple of hits. He did good. He was actually in my son's movie, and now that's gonna change. You know what I mean? Because we can't have him playing in a movie, and he's got all these allegations. And then he got women rights groups and all these activists that were, coming after him. Let me hold on a second. I'm gonna cut down this TV. Yeah, hold on. It's okay. I'm back. So we on a freestyle Friday, you guys, and hope you guys are having an awesome time. We're in the area of celebrating the holidays. Some people call it Christmas, some people call it Hanukkah, some people just say the holidays. Whatever you prefer is fine with me. We're here. J Mac, what's happening? What's up with everybody in the chat room? That's what he said. So what are you guys' thoughts on this whole ordeal? I mean, do you think that she got a sympathy verdict? Or do you believe that Tory Lanez was just out of pocket? What's your thoughts on it? I'd like to hear the comments. Roster man, what's up? Salute to everyone. Anybody got any comments in regard? Oh. Yeah, it affects the movie, yeah, because you don't want to have that negative publicity tie. But no worries though. There was a backup plan already in place. there was a backup plan already in place. So that's just the way that's the nature of the business, You can't have something like that associated with it. Yeah. Vladimir's dad. What's up with you, Melly Mel? What's up? This is Jam. What's up, Jam? Jam, man. I need some more truck parts, man. I need 2 steer tires. And let's see. But I need 2 steer tires and a wheel alignment. I gotta come see you, bro. I'll come see you sometime. Trust me on that. Yeah, so yeah, good to hear. So there was a backup plan in place on that. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, is it the strong that survive? No. It's the ones that's most adaptable to change. So Tory Lanez, you're gonna have to make some changes, bro. Because going into the straight penal code, maybe we should get Bam to come in and speak on that. What it's gonna be like for a celebrity walking the line. What it's gonna be like. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Marlene. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Vladimir's dad. Shout out to Rasta Man, J Mac, everybody that's joined us. Think Twice podcast, of course, Piers, Working Man, everybody that's in there that's dropping a comment. Like I say, man, drop a comment down below so when the dope count they need, it'll feel like it's a person of 15. So who's cooking gumbo for Christmas? I got lobster tails right here, man. I'm waiting on them yet. Lobster tails. I'm finna eat those right when we finish. Byron Harris, what's good? Yeah, what's going on, man? He has, definitely gonna have appeals because that was a lot of the GSR. There was no DNA found on the goddamn it, the GSR. There was no GSR, other way gun smoke, gun residue on his. It was on 3 different people. It was 3 different people. So then you got Meg, who actually got on the stand and contradicted herself. contradict from what she was saying. There was two different like stories going. There was Meg's story, then there was the prosecutor's story, and then this other girl. I can't even think of her friend's name. I apologize for that. But anybody know her name, drop the name in the comment. She had a whole different. She actually took the fifth. I believe what I think ensued was an argument between all of them because they were probably fighting over Tory, 5'2" Tory. And they talking about Meg Thee Stallion fighting over 5'2" Tory with her friend, you know. What's up, Dominique? Who knows what happened in the SUV that night, you know, and everything that went on. They was at a party at Kendall Jenner up in the Hollywood Hills, and things would awry. You know, I mean, you don't know what these celebrity types because they get so much money and they do so much things. You know, I mean, sometimes they run out of stuff to do because they got so much money. They just get bored and they just start doing strange and weird things. Trust me on that one. Yeah, exactly, Mark. They definitely was doing that. They definitely was doing that. But I want you guys to, yeah, I want you guys to catch a Barney clip. Let's drop a clip, and so we can really see what was actually going on in the dynamics of the courtroom. Let's see. Let me drop a clip.
The jury has found rapper Tory Lanez guilty of shooting fellow rapper Megan Thee Stallion after a 2020 party in the Hollywood Hills.
Let's get right to Eyewitness News reporter Christian Cordero, who is live in the courthouse in downtown LA with the breaking details of the verdict just handed down. Christian.
Colleen, David, you know, sometimes attorneys that are representing these high-profile cases will come and talk to us. We don't necessarily expect that to happen here where we're standing right now, as we have learned, and we saw ourselves kind of chaos unfold within the courtroom moments after the verdict was read. But first, let's talk about the verdict itself. Assault with a semi-automatic firearm, guilty. Having a concealed firearm in a vehicle that's not registered, guilty. And discharge of a firearm with gross negligence, guilty. Tory Lanez showed up in court today wearing a pink coat, a white turtleneck, similar to what he was wearing yesterday. He was smiling with family beforehand, of course, optimistic as this jury went into day 2 of deliberations. But then that quickly changed. The jury of 7 women and 5 men walked into the courtroom, and their verdict was read as they handed it over to the bailiff. So guilty, guilty, guilty. There was no reaction from Tory Lanez right when the verdicts were read, but then as soon as the judge dismissed the jury, his father actually stood up in the courtroom and yelled, pointing, looking at prosecutors, saying, "You two are evil, you are wicked," and a lot of other inaudible things. This lasted about a minute or so with his father standing up and his father's wife standing up. Of course, extremely emotional now that his son is facing 22 years, a maximum of 22 years in prison, and was taken away in handcuffs in front of his children 2 days before Christmas. But it also has kind of been the manifestation of a lot of the energy that's happening outside of the courtroom. Megan Thee Stallion herself has testified that she feels she has faced consequences to her career for bringing this to court, but she feels like she needs to in order to amplify the struggle that Black women face in getting criminal justice as victims and feeling protected within the rap industry. So today, the jurors at least said, "We hear you, we see you, and we believe you." But it seems like this is kind of just the beginning of some of the energy around a trial that has entered a new phase. Sentencing is scheduled for January.
Manifestation. Yeah, they sure have a unique way of putting things. Manifestation. Manifestation of what? Manifestation of violence against Black women by Black men? What about the manifestation of the brutality, the police being weaponized, and the government being also weaponized and orchestrating brutality against Black people altogether? So now you want to talk about, you want to spin it and say that the manifestation of the violence is actually coming. No, we came to this country, they stole us. They stole us and brought us here. And everything we know, we learned from them. It's learned behavior, you know what I mean? Because we didn't come here with that. We didn't come here with our diet, our plans. We didn't come here with our language. We didn't come here. We came here originally with the language, but we were stripped of that, and all the other things that we once lived and how our ancestors carried out their day was taken away. and put in his place was things that necessarily weren't good for us, because you got to understand that they've taken us and they brought us here for the purpose of free labor, and not be accountable to the individuals. So they call you three-fourths of human. So when they start talking in terms of manifestations, there's a lot of manifestations, but I don't think it is a manifestation in regards to Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, and the violence of brutality against. Now, don't get me wrong. I think sometimes that black men go over the top and they get angry and they don't know how to function under that verbal verbiage that sometimes women can put on a man, because a black man has so much strength and he can't handle that verbiage. And sometimes they overreact. I get that part. And it becomes very emotional and it becomes reactionary. So, but I think that Tory, he's born and raised in Canada, so I don't know what his, and necessarily what his culture is. That's a different whole set of, that's a culture over there that's different from ours, and I don't know just how accountable he is to violence, or was he just acting out because he's a rapper? Because we get that too. We get these rappers just, just reacting to just being a rapper and thinking that carrying a gun and acting tough and acting crazy is part of the whole act. It's an act, like Charleston White. It's a character. And so I get that part. But at the same time, I think we gotta have, there's gotta be some responsible accountability on Meg Thee Stallion's part too. Cause Meg, Beyonce, Rihanna, a lot of people that's in that circle, in that genre, has since deleted her or refused to follow her on, I don't know what all that stuff mean. It don't really mean nothing, you know what I mean? Because countless people get celebrities, they just stop following each other for whatever reason, or they just like something about another celebrity and they all just seem to pile on and say, and I'm not trying to pile on Meg Thee Stallion. Her case may be all the way legitimate. It may be credible. I don't know, so that's why I'm asking you guys, what's your thoughts on alcohol and guns oftentimes don't end well? Yeah, you're right. I agree with that, So you guys don't have no questions in regards to that? Because, if not, we can move on to something else. This is Friday night. This Freestyle Friday, where you got Professor Melly Mill, no guests, nobody chapping in, you know what I mean? And probably everybody out cooking and trying to figure out last minute shopping and all this other stuff in regards to this holiday. And, let's see, too many women dying behind domestic solutions. We draw the line somewhere if he's actually shot her. Yeah, I mean, if he's, like I said, if he did it, then that's just on him. That was just his own. Like sometimes I'm telling you, these rappers, they get too far gone, caught up in their own rap, and they be believing that they be some gangster type of dude. 702 in the house, so they start acting out and believing in the lyrics that they're actually saying, like it becomes some type of reality. I think they should stay away from these gang systems, get away from the virtual reality, man, because every time what's behind the appearance is the reality. Forget all this facade stuff, this stuff, what I mean, creating these characters and making yourself seem like you just, because you got a hit song, or you was able to create a rap and create a following for yourself, and you just shot. I got non-serious questions. Well, let me see. What do you say? Aside all subject, how you get those macadocious pieces discarded? Thank you. How I get so macadocious? What do you mean by that, bro? I mean, I really don't know how to answer that, because I want to be careful with what do you actually ask. And that's, The main eyewitness said Tory and Kelsey, that was the lady's name. Kelsey were beating her up in that car, and he feared they throw her into LA. I don't know about that one. I like I say, I think that Meg is putting a 10 on the two. 10 on the two, because he got up there and said she was dead, and they should have killed her, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, right. I don't know. Who gonna let somebody 5'2" beat them up by this wide way? Meg Stallion, what, about 5'11", 6 feet? She let a dude 5'2"? Come on. Let's be honest with that. She a Texas girl from Houston, man. They pretty rough down there. I just tell you that everybody, when it comes to the black man, the black male species, regardless, when they pile on, they pile on, and when they spread it thick, they spread it thick. And then oftentimes we have other individuals that supposed to be with us, that supposed to be our real, get involved in that and be part of the parade and be part of the shenanigans, be part of the attaboys up there grandstanding. I'm gonna see if Meg start grandstanding like she got some big serious victory, because to me, it's a loss all the way around. If he abused her, that's a loss. If she took advantage of the circumstances and exaggerated the circumstances that occurred that night, that is a loss as well. Because now we got two damaged black people, regardless to how much money they got, how much twerking she do, how many raps he made, how many raps she made. It doesn't matter. We got two black people that's gonna suffer and their families on it. Because obviously the dad was, he lost it. He went off in the courtroom on the judge and the jury and also the prosecutor. He had some nice words for them. I think Meg got her act on a little bit too, but somebody shot her. Yeah, that's true. Let's be honest about that. So, but the guy, he said there was two people shooting. Who was the other individual? So was Tory, firing back, or somebody was shooting at him? And we missing something in this whole scenario or this situation? Or what are we missing? That's why did the girl Kelsey take the fifth when she initially made a statement? Sean Ellis said Kelsey shot her. That's interesting. Kelsey shot her. But what we can't do is put our own personal understanding of it, because if we had some personal situations where we was involved in some type of situation where people, wronged us or did us bad, every situation is not the same. And I understand that sometimes people go through things and they'll start seeing things in terms of their own trauma. You know what I mean? And then that's how they'll speak from a trauma position. You understand? He got a little man complex. She's a dude and she recipe for disaster. Yeah, she do got dude energy. I agree with you there. That's definitely what I see, and I don't think that as talented as she is, I think that she doesn't have to be that way. But I think it sells. What's up, Terrell? What's happening, man? Been missing you. How you doing, bro? I don't think she has to be that way. I think that just is that what it is in rap? That the sisters, when they come into the rap business, right? They make a rap. Do they have to be? Did the dude energy have to be part of the act? Because let's look at them. How many of them are feminine? This was a slam dunk for the defense. and they blew it when they put Sean Kelly on their stand, BC. His testimony, yeah, there you go. His testimony was flimsy. Yep, yep, I agree with that. Hey, brother, damn it. I think she pleaded the fifth because she was paid. Money talks. It makes you not talk. Yeah, yeah. That's that's a good point. When it first came in, I thought this was Nicki Minaj backup for Remy Ma. She acted like she wanted to smoke with Remy Ma. Now she wanted to smoke with Remy Ma. Now she's testifying what it is. Yeah, but Remy Ma had to take a step back because she got Papoose over there. She's actually married, and now Cardi B is married. So I'm sure that she's finding her feminine. You know, I'm sure that. Plead the fifth. Dave Chappelle show. Plead the fifth, like Dave Chappelle show. Yeah, I love Dave. Dave is funny. Dave is funny. What made her ask for immunity? That's a good question. That's a good question. What made her do that? What was behind that? Did somebody get to her? But I think what hurt that hurt Tory Lanez altogether was his texting. He was texting with Meg. You know what I mean? I guess he was trying to figure it out and trying to get her to, not go to the authorities. At Brian Rock Nation and them snitches paid her. You think that's what happened? Yeah, we got Big Dev gonna come on here for Christmas. We're gonna do a Christmas show because we're gonna talk about his homie T-Bone. T-Bone just lost his life, one of Big Dev's homeboys. So I think that's gonna be interesting to just go back in time and talk about T-Bone. Yeah, so Big Dev gonna come on. We're gonna actually do a Christmas night. BC, she shot Meg, my brother. Yeah, he adamant about that. He believed that. I don't know. I don't have no dog in that fight. I just can go back to the Ice Cube, yo, Bonnie and Clyde days. This is like Tina Crab. We got this. Ike and Tina. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My brother Rock Nation is full of snitches and full of money. Yeah, I agree. The Empire, all of them, man. All of them the same. None of them, you can't set aside none of them. They all operate the same way. They all got insurance policies, major insurance policies. They all got a point the finger policy, tell. And, and be derogatory, dismissive, degradation, and just tear down the whole black community in the music. That's the music they pumping. That's the music they believe in, and that's the music that everybody's buying. I don't know how they buy it. Well, they buying it through live streams or whatever. Nobody buys CDs and any of those things unless you catch DJ Vegas and get you one of them USB stick. By the way, shout out to DJ Vegas. Go buy one of them sticks from. Shout out to Big Deb. Shout out to Bright Dog out there. Rennie doing her thing. But the BAM, of course. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to Kev Mack as well. Let's see, that's crazy. Fame should tear you whole life apart, as we men got to understand that our women are priceless and they deserve to be treated with respect. That's true, dude. That is true, Damon. I agree with that. Wholeheartedly, Jay-Z's a snitch. Giant press, big old snitch. Yeah. That's why I say the aspirations, desires for material things, they make them people do some strange things, my brother. Jay-Z is in a position of power too, man. He can do a lot of different things, and he can make and break a career easy. He can make and break a career very easy. I don't even think that being good in the rap business is no longer what it takes. It's more to that. It's more to it than that. They got to actually like you, which is crazy. The talent is one thing, but if they don't like you, your talent means nothing to them. Shout out to Big Devil, man, in the mailroom goes. He sure hooked up with Meg, huh? Yeah, I think that, our sisters definitely need to be protected because we can't let some 5'2" dude come from Canada come over here and thinking he doing something. I agree with that. You know what I mean? Like I say, I'm unbiased in this thing. Uh, I don't call balls and strikes. And if Tory Lanez did what he did, then he get what he deserved. You know what I mean? Hopefully he can do a prisoner swap or something because he gonna get deported at some point. I don't know if they're gonna give me 5 years, 10 years, 11, 15 years, or 20 years, but I think he's looking at a total. One report said 20, the other report said 22. So I don't know where he's gonna land. And I'm sure that his attorneys is gonna file multiple appeals and try to hurry. But to think about, you're in court, right? It's 2 days before Christmas. You got a jury, right? You got 7 women and 5 men. You think them people is gonna sit around and wait, you know what I mean? When they could just easy to say, man, find the dude guilty and man, let them people sort that stuff out. We get to go home and we don't have to bother with it. Yeah, he's gonna get deported for sure. Yeah, shout yeah, rest in peace to T-Bone. Like I said, Big Deb's gonna come in Sunday. We're gonna do a whole show on that. Appeals are on their way. Yeah, they on their way. They got to be. Tory Lanez is on a label. What label is he on? Is he on Rock Nation? Is he on Rock Nation? What label is he on? Because they don't invested a lot of money in him. So we're gonna see what they do from here. So like I say, we had to remove him off the movie because you can't go putting a movie out with this dude in there and he got all these allegations and he see him as a woman beater. Universal, he's with Universal. Okay. So I wonder what's the next move. And the funny thing is, beat a little skinny, winny little dude. That'd be women and haters. That's why they wait. Why did they shoot them? It's sickening. Yeah, yeah, demon. We definitely, man. We from the land. We definitely would have handled it a lot different. Regardless of how irate or our because sometimes women can come with some serious verbiage and some dudes cannot take it. You know what I mean? Because one thing men know, right? If a woman can beat you mentally and verbally, as the last result, the man can go to the physical, where he know he can win. Because sometimes they might lose there. You mess with the wrong sisters, man. She knows some karate, some jujitsu, and she might pull out a goddamn it out that person, cap back. It's a whole different ball game, you know what I mean? So yeah. Huh? Yeah, but see that's what I'm saying. So that bitch is gonna get that shit if she ain't got it. She get that shit. That I think that's what I say. Yeah, so what's y'all thoughts on this? They got to make smarter moves. You right, Big Dad. They got to make smarter moves. If you pull it out, you better be willing to deal with the consequences. That came with that. Yep, you right. You absolutely right. That shows you know how powerful Rock Nation is. They beat Universal money, yo. So Meg is with Rock Nation, is what you're telling me. So is Rock Nation against Universal, ultimately, what it came down to. What up, Prayers, Pierce, Ronnie Scott? Right on, Ronnie Scott. What's going on? I'm splitting between you and OG showing some love. Right on, bro. OG Bam, what's happening, man? You want to jump in, Bam? Send your link, man. I don't know if you can jump in. Guess. There you go. Yeah, so that's what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? We dealing with individuals that overstep their boundaries. We got a 5'2" guy, and we got Megs Thee Stallion, which is about 5'11". You know what I mean? But what's weird about that though? What's really weird about that why she call herself Meg the Stallion? Because a stallion is a male horse.
She don't know no better, but she is a stallion. She's thick as stone
No,
on nose.
but a stallion, Bam, is a male horse.
It is.
You know.
I remember I was in the pen, man. A white boy called me a stud. I wanted to kill that white boy for calling me a stud. I ain't no horse. Who called me no stud, man?
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't approve of that either. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I seen they found that brother guilty, man. What they found him guilty of exactly, though?
all counts.
Yeah,
All counts.
somebody had asked me in my live earlier, is he gonna have to pay rent when he get to a level 4? Hey, watch this, man. That dude ain't even going to a mainline prison.
That's why I asked people in the chat. I said, Bam will probably know about this. What's the status of a celebrity that hits the pen?
He going wherever Suge Knight at. That's where he going to Mill Creek, man.
Really, that's why they send him to Mill Creek, man.
Because that's why that's protected custody yard. Like Suge did not PC up. I want people to understand. Suge did not. I want to believe he did not PC up because however you say that word, I don't know how to properly
pronounce it.
Right. They put them dudes as high celebrities, and then like Rick James went to old Folsom. He wouldn't have went to a real hard prison. Like when I came down on my appeal and I was in the crib margin, F-Bone from the 60s was trying to get Tupac in the crib margin. OSS talking to me, Madbone, and me and Madbone kept it 100. You put Tupac up in here, he gonna get everything else somebody that ain't a crib gonna get in this crib margin. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But the OSS even told us, said, man, we ain't putting that dude in here. He going to 1700. High power PC. Because he's a celebrity. And when you're a celebrity, they're not willing to put you on the main line. Basically, because celebrities got money, they want to say they sell from a lawsuit just in case something happens.
They would have put Tupac in the crib module, man. They was gonna press him, put him in the far sex, strip him naked, and they gonna whoop his ass with a shower slipper.
Yeah, it wasn't 4,800. This one was on the 3,000 floor, right? So when he went downstairs, he'd have been down there with F-Bone there, right? But just imagine if it had been opened up like 4,800 was, and Tupac would have been in there. Shit, that thug life would have got probably took off his body. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't taking nothing from the brother White, resting in peace. Shit, some real Chris wasn't hanging in the crib margin. So how Tupac was gonna be able to hang in there? They don't put them dudes on main lines like Suge was in CMC. From CMC, went to Mill Creek. Then when he came back from killing Cherry Carter, he went to Mill Creek. he was Scott Peterson at. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what Suge paroled from last time he was in prison. He knew where he was going.
Right.
Them dudes don't want to watch this, Melly Mill. I hate to say this, man, but it's a true fact, proven fact. Dudes is killers on the streets, but when they get to the penitentiary is gonna protect certain individuals, black, white, Mexican. They don't care what color you got a high publicity case, high publicity case. 9 out of 10 you go to PC. You know what I mean? 9 out of 10 you go to PC. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. You know? But other than that, man, I hope he don't get a lot of time. I thought he was gonna beat that. I thought all he did was shot in the air. I ain't know it was like that. I was looking at it all on YouTube. I just didn't get caught up in it.
Yeah, it was a whole lot attached to it. You got the Kelsey girl, you got Meg Thee Stallion, you got Tory Lanez. I think Tory Lanez was probably messing with both of them chicks, and they started fighting.
All right. So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
They get on the stand on them? Did them females get on the stand?
Meg Thee Stallion, then the girl Kelsey took the fifth. Say she took the fifth and refused to testify. And then she contradicted herself on the earlier statements that she originally gave the police.
Oh, is that right? That's why she took the fifth?
Yeah.
See, what this what people don't get either, Melly Mill. They think that the DA can make a person tell on a person. Watch this. Only thing a subpoena is to make you come to court. It's not to make you tell on anybody. It's to make you only show up in court. You can tell that DA at any given time. Hey man, my life in jeopardy. I ain't finna get on that stand and say nothing. I ain't finna say nothing. Now I want to see, is this the new controversy gonna be on YouTube? The Megan Stallion is a rat?
Well, we're gonna see what they do with that, because does she get treated the same as any other person that does that?
Watch it. That ain't no boss behavior. What she doing is she got on the stand. You understand what I'm saying? She could have easily found her mercenary, all that body she got. Somebody would have hurried up and came to her rescue.
So Sean Kelly, they defense put Sean Kelly on the. Was Sean Kelly a rapper too, or who is Sean Kelly? Who is he exactly?
Yeah, I ain't never heard of him. Who is that?
They'll tell us. I don't know. Let me see. I don't know about y'all, but a dude came to prison for shooting a female in the foot. He's most definitely washed draws.
What prison was that? What prison was that at?
In Vegas, they got him washing draws.
Watch this, man. I know a lot of dudes that came to California State Prison for doing something to a woman and didn't nothing happen to them. You understand what I'm saying? Check this out. She might have a fan base, but I don't think that fan base don't want to step to that brother. And if they don't find it that he's so high powered that he might not want to go to PC and he might want to go to a main line.
Well, there's something obviously going on, because you got people like Beyonce, Rihanna, and all these individuals. They deleted. They stopped following Meg Thee Stallion.
Is that right?
They
don't like her getting on the stand on the brother.
I don't know, man.
Imagine that. Well, hey, I wish him a safe journey in prison. That's the only thing. Watch this, Melly Mill. I don't want nobody to take this wrong. When I see dudes, them celebrity catch cases, I don't waste a whole lot of energy and want to follow their cases. They wasn't wasting a whole lot of energy following Melly Mill and Bam case while they was trying to put us in prison.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't one that watched O.J. Simpson trial when I was in New Folsom. I had a celly. I come in off the yard. He had O.J. Simpson trial on my TV. I said, man, we don't watch that on my TV. I don't care about O.J. Simpson. I don't care about that dude.
O.J. Simpson, he the one that decided to marry all them white women and do what he did with them and all that.
Hey, even when Michael Jackson was going through his little thing, his trial, right? Man, I told Whiskey one day on the yard, I said, man, I sure hope I don't see nobody in my family in front of that courthouse. Because they sure wasn't standing in front of the courthouse when I was fighting my murder. You feel what I'm saying? I don't just jump on celebrities' bandwagon saying they innocent or guilty. I'm not supporting nobody that don't support me. You understand what I'm saying? You make your bed, you got to lay in it. That's how I look at life, man.
You know, Bam, I see a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people that do content creators. They, for some reason, they more interested instead of the real people that go through everyday activity and deal with the ins and outs of life. They so into these celebrity types, like they really mean something, like they really like can define the culture in a way that's best versus the dude that go through it every day. I don't get. I be seeing a lot of dudes that just
I don't get that
they be
either, man.
chasing these celebrities, man.
And them celebrities, what they need to understand, them celebrities come from the same gutter we came from. As soon as they got some money, they forgot the gutter they came out of and went somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying? They got caught up trying to live a life they wasn't used to living, trying to be more than what they was, and created a whole lot of problems for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like with the Megan girl. I know some females that grew up around us that would have got shot that wouldn't have came to court and told on the person that shot on them.
Right.
They'd have depended on their man to handle their business, get some form of reprobation, do that, right? But I don't like spending a lot of energy and wonder what's going on with a celebrity, man, because they don't care about what's going on in our community. You feel me? I can catch a case and they'll be the first one to say, yeah, hang it. And I can be innocent and they'll be saying, hang his black self. You feel me? So I can't waste a whole lot of energy on it, man. Check this out. I don't wish prison on nobody. But hey, partner got to worry about that, man. You understand what I'm saying? That boss, I ain't gonna listen to that song no more. That's one of my favorite songs. Where the boss is, she ain't got to worry about me listening to it because I don't support radism. You feel what I'm saying? So she ain't got to worry about Bam checking it out. You know? But other than that, how's your holiday going so far, brother? You look like
let me read this comment, man. Oh, they say keep it real. Most Caribbean black people don't have no love or respect for black Americans. Not at all. But the same thing, they don't think they're better than blacks, Americans. And he have Caribbean roots. Oh, okay. So there's that, man.
I love all black people. I love all black people. I don't care what island they come from. I love all black people, man. I love all my people. Anything look like me, I'm going to love and respect. Feel me? I can start respecting them and just love them. But I'm always have love and respect for every black man and black woman that walked this earth, man. I don't care where they from. But it's cross the street from Barbara, man. I forgot what that black woman is with Nigerian. Hey, she turns her nose up at Barbara Melly Mill every chance she get. I be sitting on the porch drinking my cup of coffee. That lady look at me like I don't supposed to be here. You understand what I'm saying? And I be laughing, man. One time when we was doing you was interviewing me, she was outside staring. You feel what I'm saying? Barbara always saying she don't like us. Why they look down? And I'm like, man, I don't trip on that lady, man. It might be a form of jealousy. I don't know what it is, but it's like that. You feel what I'm saying? Shit, we got that same thing going amongst people in California, in the United States. Blacks not liking each other, turning their nose at each other. I seen something yesterday, Melly Mill, you think I'm lying, that I was shocked. I was impressed, but shocked. I seen this brother going to get me a drink. I seen this brother, you know how you got the mobile detailing? Yeah. He got a mobile and he parked in front of some Hispanics' house. I'm thinking he just parked there, right? I seen the Hispanic dude pull up with his Camaro, and the brother started doing it. I was impressed. I'd never seen that, where Hispanic supported a black business. I was impressed. I got to talking to the brother, man. I went in the house and got him a cup, put some ice in it, and poured some of the Hennessy in it with him. Me and him got to drink while he was vacuum cleaning the car. I was impressed. I'm like, at least he must have been a little lower than the Hispanic detailer, but at least they called a brother to do the job. Right. You understand what I'm saying? I was impressed with that, man. You know?
Yeah, that is impressive, bro.
Man, you know, I was like, whoa, I was shocked. Shit made me want to go get a detailing business. You feel me? Shit. But shit, you know?
It's pretty lucrative, man. You know what I mean? It just, you know.
Yes, it is. If I got one, I'll go get Q-Ball to run it for me, because Q-Ball know how to wash the car, man. You know what I'm saying?
And I
You know
think,
what I'm saying?
that's what it all come down to, the quality of work. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? The price
exactly.
and quality of work you're getting,
I see a comment in there. Some Africans look down on us. Why? I don't know. Shit, I don't know either, man. I don't know why. That's a strange thing, because I'm an African. Some people say we ain't Africans, but I'm an African, man. I'm a black African. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever village my folks came from, I'm glad they came from there, and I'm glad to be one.
So Demon say, so Charleston White and Meg Thee Stallion is the new Bonnie and Clyde. We in trouble.
Say it again. Demon put a good one out there with that one. Put a good one out there. Hey, now watch this. You see how Demon just brought Charleston White up, man? Somebody hit me the other day and say, check Charleston White out on TikTok. This dude was explaining his own case that he went to jail for, talking about why T.I. supposed to be like a rat, right? I said, man, is this dude insane, or he just be babbling, right? I don't believe he say things that people don't have the courage to say, because you can say anything behind closed doors, right? But why is one rat calling somebody else a rat? See, that confuses me. That baffles me, man.
That's very confusing.
Man, that baffles me. And he said, like, my snitching is okay, but can't nobody, like, he want to be the only rat. My snitching is okay, but can't nobody else be a snitch. I'm gonna expose them for snitching. Yeah, I'm snitching. You understand what I'm saying? That kind of confuses me, man. That confuses me. I ain't gonna lie, Melly Bill. That confuses me.
That's very confusing.
Man, for real.
That's very confusing.
No.
Shout out to Keep It Bold, man. Shout out to you joining us in the chat. So what's your thoughts on this whole thing? Is snitching now the new way of the rappers? Is what they're doing is in all these celebrities? Because you got T.I., you got the Gunners, the slime guys, you got countless of rappers that just don't. You got the Tekashi 6ix9ine, you got Jim Jones, you got all these guys that's involved in telling, and it seemed like they go right back to their community and everything is all good.
Hey, watch this, Melly Mill. Rappers is emulating what we do in the ghetto. So whatever they doing in the streets, rappers start doing. You got rappers that ain't gang members trying to be gang members. If people wouldn't be snitches in the streets, the rappers wouldn't be emulating what they seeing.
Right.
Everybody, that's what it is. And watch this. Seem like the rats get the more influence.
You're right. Even Lil Kim stayed down.
Say it again. Lil Kim stayed so down, she talked about seasoning. Lil Casey, whatever them clown's name is. I had that CD. I used to knock it in Salinas Valley. She talked about them. She went in that little thing and did her little year, 8 months and 12 days or whatever, and stayed all the way down.
So what you mean, Ramon Jennison? You said there's two different types of forms of snitching. What? Explain it. Give us what's your version of it? I seen snitches come home to welcome home cookouts.
Snitches got sacks on the streets, big bags, man. And that's what keep people off rats when they got money. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't two forms of snitching. It's only one form of snitching. I understand what he's saying, but it's only one form of snitching.
He's asking you, Bam. He's asking you, actually, is there two forms of snitching?
No. Watch this, man. Me and Melly Milton had discussions on this off YouTube. And watch this. Rappers, people in the game is not only ones considered rats. If I'm in a bank and somebody come in there and rob that bank and I see their face, it's not my place to tell them what that man looked like. It's not even my place to say, y'all know what he look like. Look in the camera. That's still a form of snitching. People need to stay in their place. If it ain't your business, it ain't your business. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I can't support this girl telling on this man because he shot her. Shit, your song say you're a boss. and you know how to conduct yourself like a boss. Well, a boss ain't a rat. I ain't talking about a boss that run a company. I'm talking about a boss in the streets supposed to stay down with the street code. Most people don't stay down with the street code. So it ain't no two forms of snitching. It's only one form of snitching.
Yeah, so he was talking in regards to T.I. Let me tell you about T.I., man. T.I., it took T.I. all that time to figure out how he would explain himself, because for years T.I. denied that he ever snitched. For years. So then he figured out in the new age that where all these guys are coming out for or being accused or saying they snitching or you see them snitching, he figured he can make a softer palate for himself by saying that he snitched on somebody that was dead. For me, he didn't make no softer palate. He was just trying to fit in, find a way to fit in and get by using that as an excuse. But the man's T.I. is a hot dude. He's telling. Period.
Yeah. I look down at people that tell on people that's dead, Melly Mill, because the people they telling on ain't there to defend themselves.
Yeah, exactly. They can't say nothing. They can't say nothing. Once you go in the grave, everything stops.
Yeah. You know, they still snitching even when the person did. Oh, he did it. Bam did it, and Bam did. No, don't tell on me why I'm dead. Because if you tell on somebody why they dead, you're gonna tell on somebody why they still living. A rat is a rat, man. I told you this a few days ago. We learned about
here we go. Let's see what Demon say. Demon said his homeboy broke into Mayweather's house and stole his jewelry. Those two burgundy and gold boxing gloves, charms, he had pulled up on with some goons. I guess on the block with some goons. Yeah, Mayweather came on and said, "Man, look now, buddy, you ain't finna take from me. I'm pulling up.
Let me have mine. You feel me? Let me have mine." And he probably gave him some bread after he did that, but he came and got it without taking the police to go get it. You understand what I'm saying? Because watch this. When I was a kid breaking in houses, Melly Mill, I did a burglary, and dude didn't. He called the police when somebody broke in his house. But when he found out it was me, he found me around the corner, pushed up on me. He said, "Man, you Sherwood?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? You broke in my house, man, and you got 24 hours to go get that Flow Model TV back in that reel to reel." And watch this. He got it back within 16 hours. And I walked away with $160.
There you go.
And me and this dude became good friends. He's way older than me. He said, "Man, why you breaking my house?" I say, "Shit, you was new in the neighborhood. You moved in there. We seen what you was bringing in. Move in your house at nighttime when ain't nobody hanging out." You feel what I'm saying? And that's how it be, man. But as I always be telling you, we learn about telling in the house, telling and snitching.
Wait a minute. Demon said, "I had to slap one of them Somalians because he got mad. I asked him to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm sorry."
And he couldn't say it. Couldn't recite it. Demon a cold piece, eh?
Hey, man, so at the end of the day, is Megan Stallion a rat, man?
Yes, she a rat. She got on the stand, she a rat.
And she talked that boss talk, right? She talked that boss talk.
Yeah,
she talked that gangster rap. She talk all that talk, right? She talked.
So what she popping in her music ain't what she popping in real life. She shouting, but she ain't being about it. That's what that is, Melly Mill. Because watch this. He could have shot her and she could have let me meet her the next day and made me her man. Believe me, she wouldn't have went to court. I might have ended up in the penitentiary if that thing was that good and she'd have put it on me, because I'd have gave her some retaliation. If you my woman, I'm gonna defend my woman.
Right.
She knew angles at how to not do what she did.
What's her dude name? Fontaine Parsons or something? Where's he in all this?
And he's still gonna be messing with her because he's looking at the dollar sign. You understand what I'm saying? Hey man, watch this. Snitching is at an all-time high in society today, man.
King Mike Marks was good. It's a no-fly zone for her.
Yeah, they got that new thing. It's a no-fly zone. This ain't a yard, man. You feel me? You keep your mind. It's a no-fly zone here. We keep everybody that need to be on them 8 yards. We keep them out of here, man. Megan Stallion, she can't pop up in here. But I don't respect that because I like the song "The Boss" on how she defined how a woman is in out in these streets. Well, she going against everything she just said. A lot of rappers like T.I. T.I., watch this, man. The only reason ain't nobody said nothing to him. And Charleston White ain't the one put the snitch jacket on him. Everybody knew he been telling. Ever since he got busted, I was in the penitentiary.
The man got busted with automatic weapons and silencers, man.
He should still be in the feds. This is a thing called the trigger line law. You get 15 years at the beginning of it.
And then he got caught with all the ecstasy pills and all the pills, him and Tiny.
You feel me?
And he was he was on federal probation. He didn't go to jail. Come on now.
You know, I mean, I see a lot of rappers. Don't get me wrong, Melly Mill. What you just said is the absolute truth. I done seen a lot of rappers be on parole and get busted on them tour buses with pounds of weeds and guns and get probation. But I know for a fact, because I know dudes that was on probation, once you violate their probation, you get that sentence of what you was on probation for violating the probation. Then you go to jail. Now, I ain't going to say no rapper name because I still listen to his music. But ain't nobody ever called him a rat.
Unfortunately, the legal system is going to keep creating more and more snitches. Here in Illinois, we just implemented that no cash bail system, and watch how many people start snitching on folks.
Yeah, that's cool. I know they gonna really be singing some songs. They gonna go platinum.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
They gonna implement that mouth out bail.
Hey man, when they came out with 3 strikes, it wasn't this much motherfucking snitching. Let me excuse my language. When they came out with 3 strikes in California, it wasn't that much snitching. These dudes now, it's something about them. I mean, I don't never want to go back to prison, Melly Mill. There's only one thing I'm afraid of. That's the cemetery. But I ain't afraid of that prison. I'm just not going back to prison. But me and Melly Mill was crimies and we got caught up together. I'm going in there and fall asleep, and I know you're going to fall asleep. Say, man, check this out. I don't want to take a deal. Hey, Melly Mill, you want to take a deal or we're going to fight this? If the odds is against us, we need to go in here and take a deal. I ain't finna be going to court. I'm glad I never had crimes. I never want to put myself in a situation where someone is telling on me. Now, I done had people tell on me. They just wasn't my crimes.
Last time I went, Bam, I had not on the Fed case, but I went to the state twice actually, and my boy Charlie Brown, man, he got away. I did like you say. I went in there and laid down, went to sleep.
Man,
Charlie Brown ain't did a day. You know what I mean? I took it off.
My mama always told me, man, if you make your bed, lay in it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And I don't understand how these dudes, they hustling in the streets, they getting money. You already know the consequences of you hustling and getting this money. It's a strong possibility that you're going to get cracked, right? You're going to get cracked. So you check this out.
Okay, go ahead, man.
If you didn't have enough common sense to put your money to the side and have a trustworthy ass woman, a lot of them dudes, they be snitching, Melly Mill, because they think they're going to lose their woman. Their kids don't even play a role in their snitching. They think the woman, they're going to lose the woman, think she going to put a dude like Bam or Melly Mill up in the house he didn't bought her. So they be like, fuck that, I'm going to start telling. I ain't trying to
game changer right here, Bam. I didn't know she was raised in Pearland. And she raised in Pearland, she was raised in a good situation. So, she playing.
Say she's not from the streets. Thought her mom was raised in Pearland, a suburb of area Houston. Hey, watch this, man. It ain't about where you from, where you raised at. You understand what I'm saying? It's a million of rats living in Compton. You understand what I'm saying? Because they was raised in Compton, they shouldn't have been a rat. You learn telling in the house. No matter where you grew up at, you learn telling in the house. If the big brother
mama used to say, don't you be coming in with that telling.
Listen to me. You learn that as a child. You understand what I'm saying? Your own siblings will turn on you for about a week in the house if you told on one. I don't want you telling. I don't want to mess with you. You're gonna tell mama and daddy. I used to go through that. You don't give me no money, I'm gonna tell mom you had this girl in the house. Here you go, man. Let me give you this money for you want to tell mom I had this girl up in this house. You understand what I'm saying? Snitching been going on just as long as crime's been going on. That's the best way to explain it, man. So we can't. This is what I learned too, Melly Mill. Even when we have homies that we had a whole lot of love and respect for, when we find out they snitching, it no longer shocks me. Only thing shocked me is, damn, he waited this long to go out like that. You understand what I'm saying? Some people, man, it's a proven fact. Pressure bust pipes. Some people
New
can't take, some people can't accept the consequences of their actions, man. So they look for a weak way out. And the weak way out to some is snitching.
the new Mount Rushmore. Charleston White,
Man,
Megan Thee Stallion, and Gunna and T.I.
man. Now, do they got paperwork on Gunner?
Yeah, well, he took an Alfred plea. I did his thing the other day, and he actually, yeah, he when he did the Alfred plea, he was in there. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Did they have drugs? Yes, ma'am. He was yes, ma'am, and to the judge. So he told on TV, man.
Oh, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Because I'm also one of them cats. I don't like calling people rats if I don't have the concrete evidence to prove it.
He talking about Snoop Dogg. Who talking about Snoop Dogg?
You know, who talking about Snoop Dogg? Hey, tell the incident, a person gonna know. You feel me?
Right.
Shit, they say Puffy took down all Rockaway, Murder Inc. and everything, Death Row. Say he got to tell it. But I get that listen to another dude that supposed to been telling on YouTube. He's saying this dude is a rat. They say birds of a feather flock together. So if a rat calls somebody else a rat, he might be telling
you a compliment in there, man. They say you a teacher.
I'm the teacher.
Yeah.
I appreciate that one. I try to give to the game that don't know what they're doing. I know what's going on. That's what YouTube is meant for, Melly Mill. It's a form of enlightenment. It's not a form of belligerence. It's all about enlightening those that don't know the truth.
That's true.
That's why I always say on my show, if it wasn't for Melly Mill and Kev Mack, YouTube wouldn't know Bam.
Right.
You feel me? So hey, man.
I think you was destined to be here though, Bam.
You think so? Why you say that, Melly Mill?
Because your articulation in regards to how you explain things, you flip the coin over. You don't look at one side of the coin. You flip it over and give people another version to look at versus the one that they believe. You know, and once you do that, they're able to like, wait a minute, man, maybe I'm seeing this thing wrong because you explain it in a way to where you ain't discrediting nobody, you ain't harming nobody, but at the same time, you give it to them in a different version, and then they have to question how they see it. So I think that's a good thing.
Thank you. Well, you told me to do my thing, and I took heed.
No, definitely do your thing, man.
No, let them throw some more questions in here, Melly Mill. Unless you finna leave.
No. The best thing is not to have co-defendants.
Hey, watch this, man. Only crime I ever had was my shadow. He don't talk, and he don't move unless I move. And that's only in the sunlight.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, it's a cold thing, man. That's how some people enemies take them down, by telling them.
Right.
They'll send the police at you quick. That's why when you out here doing what you're doing and you know it's wrong, keep your mouth shut, keep your business to you. Sometimes you can't share with your close mouth friend or your woman, because you don't never know who might tell on you, man. See, I used to, when I was a drug counselor in pen, I used to throw scenarios at the class, right? I said, man, I ain't gonna never tell on nobody. I never tell on nobody. I said, but if I got out of prison today and a dark-skinned dude with dimples talked as much shit as I talk, killed 10 people, and they arrested me, and it happened the day I got out the pen, I can't use the pen for an alibi. I said, I don't know what I'd do. I said, but that dude that did it better be trying to come to jail and get me out. He better be trying to come get me out. You can put in some situations. See, you can't never say never, man. If was a fifth, everybody would be drunk. If was a key, wouldn't nobody be in prison? But you can get put in some situations where you might tell on somebody. I'm just never going to put myself in that situation where I have to ever do nothing like that. You understand what I'm saying? Never. I don't need no primaries. If I have I can put in work with some killers. We just didn't get caught.
Right.
And I'm glad we didn't get caught. Because I know what I'm not gonna do. I'm never gonna tell, man. I'm not worried about what you gonna do to me if I told on you, Melly Mel. I'm worried about my conscience beating me up.
Right.
Because I don't think I can walk on the S&Y yard if I went to prison. So I don't want to be a rat. It's I chose to live this gang banging type of life, and I just wanted to stay down being this ultimate gang member. I didn't want to be an ultimate rat. If I wanted to be an ultimate rat, shit, I'd have been a police. Simple as that. Shit, I don't want to be no rat. I don't respect them. I don't respect them in no form, shape, or fashion, man. And sometimes when I look at shows and these dudes say, well, my kids or my grandkids played a role in it. Well, you had a child when you was out here doing the bullshit. Did your child play a role in you doing the bullshit? So don't try to use your kid to for what nobody do nothing to you or say nothing ill about you. You knew what you was doing. You was already a parent when you was breaking the law. You understand what I'm saying? So, hey, man, Megan Stallion, I don't care where she grew up at. She knew she was out of pocket snitching. She advocated in the rap music and shit. She with the gangster business, calling herself a boss. She said she know how to act, be a bitch when it's time to be a bitch. Well, she didn't show no bitch in that courtroom. She showed all forms of snitching. You understand what I'm saying? I know that brother's sick. He's sick sitting up in that county jail. Did they keep him in court when he got found guilty?
Yes.
Yeah, he's probably sitting in the Twin Towers.
Well, here go. Let me show it for you, man. Let me show it. Hold on. Let me give you a clip, man, so you'll see exactly what happened. Because, yeah, they kept him, bro.
The jury has found rapper Tory Lanez guilty of shooting fellow rapper Megan Thee Stallion after a 2020 party in the Hollywood Hills.
Let's get right to Eyewitness News reporter Christian Cordero, who is live in the courthouse in downtown LA with the breaking details of the verdict just handed down. Christian.
Colleen, David, sometimes attorneys that are representing these high-profile cases will come and talk to us. We don't necessarily expect that to happen here where we're standing right now, as we have learned, and we saw ourselves kind of chaos unfold within the courtroom moments after the verdict was read. But first, let's talk about the verdict itself. Assault with a semi-automatic firearm, guilty. Having a concealed firearm in a vehicle that's not registered, guilty. And discharge of a firearm with gross negligence, guilty. Tory Lanez showed up in court today wearing a pink coat, a white turtleneck, similar to what he was wearing yesterday. He was smiling with family beforehand, of course, optimistic as this jury went into day 2 of deliberations. But then that quickly changed. The jury of 7 women and 5 men walked into the courtroom, and their verdict was read as they handed it over to the bailiff. So guilty, guilty, guilty. There was no reaction from Tory Lanez right when the verdicts were read, but then as soon as the judge dismissed the jury, his father actually stood up in the courtroom and yelled, pointing, looking at prosecutors, saying, "You two are evil, you are wicked," and a lot of other inaudible things. This lasted about a minute or so with his father standing up and his father's wife standing up. Of course, extremely emotional now that his son is facing 22 years, a maximum of 22 years in prison, and was taken away in handcuffs in front of his children 2 days before Christmas. But it also has kind of been the manifestation of a lot of the energy that's happening outside of the courtroom. Megan Thee Stallion herself has testified that she feels she has faced consequences to her career for bringing this to court, but she feels like she needs to in order to amplify the struggle that Black women face in getting criminal justice as victims and feeling protected within the rap industry. So today, the jurors at least said, we hear you, we see you, and we believe you. But it seems like this is kind of just the beginning of some of the energy around a trial that has entered a new phase. Sentencing is scheduled for January.
Well, there it is,
Let me
man.
share something with you. It's a law in California. Demon might even be up on it. It's a law in California. He got found guilty of numerous charges. They got to take the biggest case. You can't give a carjacking. If somebody robbed you and get a carjacking, you can't give them a murder and a carjacking. You got to give them one or the other. That's a law. I read this before I came home. Deuce is trying to get out on appeals on this. He facing up to 22 years. If he got some good attorneys, See, he got found guilty based on what that broad just said, man. Got 7 women on the jury. They gonna feel for the female.
Yep.
Right? Man's was pressured into saying, let's find him guilty. We don't want to stand here all day deliberating. I want to go home.
2 days for Christmas.
Yeah. Let's send him up in here. That dude might get 10 years, man. Watch this. And Mike can do his time in the county jail. If he ain't never been to prison, then you're going to hear some dudes that tap in and say, oh, he can't do that. If you get a violent crime, you can't do your time in the county jail. Well, the doctor that gave Michael Jackson them pills, he did his time in the county jail, and he was found guilty of a manslaughter. Manslaughter is violent.
But the cool thing about that doctor, it was multiple other doctors that didn't stand trial that was giving because Michael Jackson had aliases and everything getting pills.
You feel me? So listen to me, man. Now the girl trying to say, I just want to show the women we got to stand up for ourselves. Oh no, baby, no, don't use the women movement to get a man found guilty because you told on him. I got.
Now it's a black man though. That's what it is.
Yeah, you feel me? Shit, you should be at Harvey Weinstein courthouse saying that shit. Don't say that on him. You know what I mean? I don't want the women to hate me. You understand what I'm saying? She should have had a boyfriend. See, if my woman gets shot, I'm the judge, jury, and the executioner of Melly Mill. Simple as that. You know,
I agree, man.
That's how I get in. You know what I mean? I ain't listen to me, you know how I feel about it. I'm not I don't subscribe to snitching, man. I don't subscribe to snitching, but me as well as numerous other people that gang bang, we're guilty from associating with a snitch in some form, shape, or fashion. I'm guilty of that. That I'm guilty of. Associating myself with somebody and finding out later on in the game he was a rat. You understand what I'm saying? So we guilty of that. But I don't subscribe to snitching, man. You can't be my friend if you're a snitch. I won't do nothing to you if I had a real relationship with you. Like I told you one day on the phone, I'll come to the wedding if that happens. Gonna eat at the wedding reception. But I'm gonna leave, but I'll never do nothing to him. But I'll never play a role in not telling nobody not to do nothing to him.
Right.
You know the consequences of being a snitch. Everybody knows the consequences of being a snitch, man. It just seems like snitches ain't getting consequences. Some get them. Some get them when they least suspect getting it. It might take 5 years, but out of nowhere, somebody will pop on them. So that's what they got to be careful of. Do they love themselves that much? No, they can't be. They can't, because they tell it. You know, so I hope the brother don't get the whole 22 years. I hope he get 10 with a half. Because it ain't 85% in prison no more. That's what nobody don't know either. It's not 85% prison. 85% of your time and 80% no more. It's 67%. All he had to do is go to school, get milestones.
I'm still
get milestones.
I'm caught between there was no Tory Lanez DNA on the actual firearm. His DNA wasn't found on the firearm. The GSR was actually on 3 different people. So the GSR, in other words, the gun residue, gun smoke residue.
Yeah.
So it's really hard, you know what I mean? And we're going off Megan Thee Stallion, who's in court crying and da 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 da. Okay, fine. You know, that's just when women want to get something to go their way. That's just kind of like what they do.
Yeah, they know that. They know to cry when they don't need to cry.
Right.
You know what I mean? She was acting, but he got grounds that appeal based on what you said. He got grounds that a good appeal. You know what I mean? So if he got some money, he gonna have a lawyer. There wasn't no need in his daddy yelling at the DA. Yell at Megan. Yell at Megan Stallion. DA, watch this, man. The DA doing their job. Yeah, they lied too. But the DA was just doing his job. His job is to get a conviction. You feel what I'm saying?
Question for you, Bam.
Where it's at?
It's up there. You see it?
Oh,
say, Melly Mel, OG Bam. What we consider more acceptable
for a
For a
black
black
man, murdering
murdering
another
another
black
black
man or
man
snitching?
or
Which
snitching?
one do you personally consider more acceptable? Keeping it 100, murdering another brother, but snitching, it ain't acceptable, man. It ain't acceptable. Watch this, man. I got a childhood friend, right? He was in a
Right.
he was in a spot. Some Damus come in the spot to rob the spot, kill 2 people, shoot my childhood friend up. Thought he was dead. The police charged my childhood friend with the murders too. The Damu boys is not trying to get him off. My childhood friend snitched. I ain't talked to him since. You know what I
Wow.
mean? He was like, damn, what else I supposed that did? Stabbed one of them dudes in the county jail and made him tell the truth. I'd have stabbed him right in the courthouse. You feel me?
Right.
So I understand you can get put up in situations, man. You probably haven't did nothing to somebody lying on you know who did it, and this dude ain't trying to tell the truth about what transpired and trying to implicate you in something that you didn't have nothing to do with it, and you feel you justified in snitching. From the very beginning, snitching has been taboo. And I'm gonna stick to the script of snitching is taboo. I don't subscribe to snitching. You understand what I'm saying? I subscribe to staying loyal and staying down for what you believe in. But now watch this. Some people believe in snitching. Well, that's their belief. That's just not the belief that I have, right? I've seen some good cats go soft and become rats. Now, what I don't like is when people know somebody's snitching and hold on to it without telling us, because they want to assassinate the person's character because this person got some influence over other people. That's what I don't like. No, it's too late now to assassinate his character because now you're not doing it for all the right reasons. You're doing it for some selfish reasons. So that's what I don't like. But what's more acceptable in society is a brother killing another brother, but a brother snitching on the brother is not acceptable. Although it is, it's a catch to that. Snitching is acceptable. You can go in any neighborhood and there's somebody over there with a snitch jacket on them and they still hang in the neighborhood. And ain't
You got
nobody
killers that snitch.
You feel me? So, hey, you know, somebody had asked me about Mob James on my live earlier today. Again, I'm not a mercenary, so stop asking me about it. If FG say he told, guess what? FG needs to conduct his business. If he don't conduct his business, they need to get on FG. Because I'm not a mercenary. I'm not getting on nobody because they told on you. What's the purpose of exposing him as a rat? He told on you. Hey, ain't no, watch this. If I know somebody told on me, Melly Mill, now if you fucking with him, I supposed to tell you, man, that dude foul, man. He told on me. And once I tell you, you supposed to, damn, why you ain't did nothing to him? Now I'll be stuck. I couldn't answer. Because if he fucking with you, that mean I got access at him. That mean he ain't ducking and hiding. He's still parlaying. So this is what people need to understand. These people know these dudes is rats and put the jacket on them, produce the paperwork and all that. But what's the purpose of putting a snitch jacket on him and producing the paperwork confirming that he's a rat and you're not doing nothing about it? Oh, you don't want nobody to like him because you don't like him no more. No, man. I've seen dudes lose their lives for snitching. That was an easy way to get a person hit in the penitentiary, man, when you put a snitch jacket on somebody. And I've seen a lot of dudes get hit in the pen that people that call them rats come to find out they wasn't rats. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a label that people don't want. I never want that label, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Best thing popping. I said that earlier. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time, man. You understand what I'm saying? When I caught my murder, I knew it was a strong possibility that I might not never come to the streets, Melly Mill. So I was preparing myself for that. I need to find me a woman. I found one. Poo-poo. You understand what I'm saying? And she stayed down for a good minute. A good minute. My best friend today. So hey, I prepared myself for it. I'm like what Marilyn just said, Marlena just said. Don't do the crime, you can't do the time, man. Stay in the house, man. Everybody ain't meant to be in the streets, man.
Streets ain't for everybody. That's why they
Man,
created the sidewalk.
say it again, man. Say it again.
Streets not for everybody. That's why they
And the
created the
graveyard don't have no
sidewalk.
bump beds. That's what people need to start understanding too. The graveyard ain't got bump beds. You feel me?
No, they don't.
You know, so that's what people need to start understanding, man. There's a guy in DC who killed cops for being called a snitch. There's a guy in DC who killed cops for being called a snitch. Man, that's a good thing if he killed the cop. Hate to say it like that, but shit. You know? Shit. I mean, watch this, man. Me and Whiskey was in the shoe in Tehachapi. When that fool got busted, when Ramirez got busted in that rapport thing. And they took the dude off the reception center yard in Tehachapi, put him in the shoe, put a trash can in front of himself because nobody throw nothing under the dope. Hey man, watch this. This dude just come out of the cell and shout. We be standing out standing at the cell door looking at him. He be walking with his face down. And I used to yell out the door. I say, you was tough when you shooting people, setting people up. Now you the scariest dude in prison.
He said he killed him after they called him a snitch, Bam.
And that's what he should have did. If he wasn't no snitch, he did what the law. That's what the streets teach us. If somebody put a snitch jacket on, you supposed to respond to that. Immediately, watch this. I was in the Crip margin, man, and seen dudes. They made two dudes fight, and whoever win the fight wasn't snitching. Now, who got the incentive to win the fight? The snitch. The snitch won the fight, and the dude that did do the snitching got killed. They homies felt bad. Snitch whoop on the boy, got up out of it. No, you can't give a snitch an ultimatum. He gonna think he Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, and the whole lot, the bully, Lascelles, and everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? They got hands. He got a incentive to win the fight. His adrenaline is up. Man, I got to win this fight. I don't want them to know I'm the rat. I must win this fight, and the wrong person got killed. Wow. Wrong person got killed, man.
He said he remembered that. He said the guy walked right up in the police station and popped him.
Popped him, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You feel me? Yeah, they need to start doing that more often. Because the police is quick to put snitch jackets on people. Oh yeah, your homie told on you lying. Got you in one cell, got me in another cell. Yeah, Melly Mel said this. Oh, he did? Well, bring Melly Mel in front of me. And if he told you, it's obvious he got to say it in front of me. So tell him to bring us both together and let him say it then. They don't never do that. Some people get caught in that manipulation, that believing what the police say, and the police will come in your community. So you know, woo tell it. See, I ain't never been one of them dudes the police pull up like Anderson them, blinding them, red them. Oh, what's up, Bam? I don't walk up to, you're not my friend. I'm not walking up to the car. We're not having a conversation. And if you're telling me to come to the car because I broke the law, you got to jump out the car to come get me because I'm taking off running. You understand what I'm saying? That's how the game go, man. That's how the game go, man. You know, but I'm going to get up off this thing, Melly Mel.
Man, right on, Bam. Shout out to the Bam. Where they follow you at, Bam? OG
Bam, come in front of it, man. Hit that like and subscribe. Tune into the channel. I'm gonna go with your boy Kev Mack tonight, man.
Okay.
But my baby about to go to work. We leaving in the morning, so I got to. I'm already prepared. So
shout out to the Bam, man.
You feel me? Enjoy your Christmas.
Thanks for dropping in, Bam.
Oh, without a doubt, anytime, loved one. Y'all have a lovely one, man. Merry Christmas, everybody. Ain't nobody told you they love you. OG Bam, love you. Peace.
Shout out to the Bam. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mel. You know the vibe. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, feel like it's the 1st to 15. We about to get up off out of here tonight because y'all know I got to hit y'all, right?
Just to hear something like that would happen on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, when you dealing with different hoods, what do you expect? because it's the weekend, and I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm from Santana Block Crip, so it's gonna do what it do.
Dog, it was hard, but we had to keep it rolling. You ain't gotta ask, you know where to find me. I be in the back streets where it get grimy. It's just me and Mel, really looking grind deep. I be going hard till I'm in the 5 C's. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides. I ain't never had to tell a lie. Let's ride. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die.
Postmaster General, go ahead and lock the door because we are gone. Shout out to everybody joining the chat tonight. Chewbacca, Piers, Marlena, Michelle, CB, Yashua, of course. Man, where's my guy at? Byron Harris and Demon jumped up in there, man. And shout out to the Bam and Big Deb and Darnell Waters and everybody else that joined us tonight. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy your festivities. Have a great holiday. We'll talk to you Christmas night. Coming back with Big Deb. We gone.